Okay, hello and welcome. This is Golden Sweden. I'm Alex, and today we're going to be speaking about some of the injuries in the centre back position for Sweden, and that adds to obviously the retirements from in the autumn. And I thought I was just going to speak about the squad or speak about the centre backs ahead of next squad's announcement because when you think about it, we actually are quite short. Now, some of these injuries were kind of unknown. Maybe everyone will be fine, okay? But I just think this is an interesting talking point. So, of course, we've got the injured, the retired players, Linda Sembrant and Magda Eriksson. It's obviously it's a shame, but it is what it is at this point. And Tony knows he's not got these players. We know we've not got these players, and it leaves a lot of responsibility to the current experienced players. So Natalie Björn, who obviously won the Diamond Ball for 2025, has been brilliant for a really long time now, or at least the past 18 months. She's really stepped up. Maybe 2 years actually at this point, but she unfortunately got injured after last international break, and she's been out since. So she's been out since mid-December, and Sonia Bompastor has said she's suffered a hamstring injury, and they expect her to be out until after the international break at the end of February. Now, of course, we as Sweden will want her at the international break. For me, so that means she's not going to play until the international break at least. But the question is whether she's going to be fit for the international break, or whether she's just kind of fit back after. Now, I think in an ideal situation, you probably don't play her. You probably just, you probably hope that you've got enough players to deal with it. If she's been out injured for this long, it's probably rushing her back. So that's generally what I'm worried about. Or she might not even be properly fit anyway, so she can't play. She's just become a very important player in what we have a pretty young back line in the autumn. It was her, Juntila Nelhager, and then Sandberg at left back, Smilla Holmberg at right back, and she suddenly had a lot of responsibility. So if you suddenly lose her, it's a big issue. Amanda Ilestedt, who was, I think, injured for the last camp as well, has been out since roughly December as well, maybe even November. Frankfurt are saying a muscle injury. I have there's no indication on how long she's out for. She's still out. They updated that, she was unavailable for Wednesday's game because she's still, or Thursday, I can't remember, whenever they played midweek, she's been out injured and she's still out with that muscle injury. So, that's worrying because at least, Ilestedt, and I think, as you can see in the thumbnail, to suddenly go, I'd expect she's going to be injured. And what I was going to say is, as you can see in the thumbnail, to suddenly go from having 4 players that have consistently been in the squad for 5 years. I mean, there's been other players, of course, and Natalie Bjorn used to sometimes play in midfield and then played a bit at right back. But overall, these are players that we've relied on. To suddenly potentially have none of them available for a break is an issue, and it's why I brought up Sembrant and Eriksson again, just because kind of adds salt into the wounds. Now, I think Tony probably, from what we've seen, probably wants Natalie Bjorn and Nell Hager to be his starting pair. And I think that makes sense. I think that's a good pair. And then you've got Ilestedt still there for experience. But yeah, so I'm worried about the Natalie Bjorn situation. Bella Anderson is fit. She's playing in and out of the team for Real Madrid. Obviously very young. She's only 19. She was in the last squad when Ilestedt was out, but obviously Sembrant was still in the squad as well. So I think I think you can expect her to be in the squad. This is the thing. I'm expecting Ilestedt not in the squad, and I'm concerned about Bjorn. I don't think Bjorn will be in the squad. So that leaves, you've got Nell Hager, who's very inexperienced, 4 caps. Bella Anderson, 0 caps. And then you've got Emma Kullberg, who's probably the next in line, um, who who played a lot for Juventus last season, started a lot of games, did really well. Obviously, he's 34. Gerhardsson did like her as like another option, but she a lot of time this season she's actually played a bit of fullback, and she's not played overall that much. I mean, I can quickly show you her. SofaScore always does this to me. Does this happen to anyone else? Sorry, this was from a while ago. Emma Kullberg. She played. She's not played that much this season. Until there's been an injury, but like I said, she's played kind of at right back. She has some minutes here and there. She's come into the team for 2 games at centre back. Was having a really good game against Wolfsburg, and then got injured in the 67th minute. As you can see, was having a good game because it was the first game I watched of her all season, just because I was like suddenly like she's probably gonna have to be in the squad. But she went off like holding her thigh, so it could just be cramp. She was trying to like test it out, but then she had to go off and she was still holding her thigh, so it could be it could be a hamstring injury, she's out for a while, or could be nothing. So I mean, suddenly I'm now really hoping that Emma Kullberg is not injured. Yeah, and then another option is obviously Rybrink, who's at Tottenham. She's played a lot of fullback. She's played pretty much all season at right back, coming in and out for other players. She's done fine. She's done solidly. And then Ashley Neville came back for them. She continued to, and then she's come back since they sold Ashley Neville. And then she got taken out of the team for Hannavik on the weekend, which is good for Hannah. I think the issue with Rybrink at right back is she doesn't look comfortable 1-on-1. I mean, she got destroyed by Cherry Holland against Liverpool, and she's had other games where she's looked weak defensively. But overall as well, she's looked fairly solid in build-up, and she's more of a centre-back, so that's why obviously I've included her on this list. Again, similar kind of cap numbers to Kullberg, not much, like in the 10s somewhere. I can't fully remember. She's probably got like 10 caps. She's 28, so a bit younger, but really, she's probably next in line. Now, I've not included anyone else, so if you have any other people that you think are playing really well, maybe in the Damosvenskan, a young player that's doing really well, leave it in the comments, or any other players elsewhere. I might have missed someone, I might have just forgotten about someone, but this is kind of the the options. I am concerned because I feel like we've been so comfortable at centre back for a long time, and suddenly we're being really tested at depth, and I do feel bad for Tony because I think he's having to implement his style. He's had a tough first 4 games, and all of a sudden you lose your key centre back in Natalie Björn, and you lose potentially your other injured, your other experienced centre back. So, yeah, because then you're leaving also 2 left footers. If his next 2 choices are Nell Hager and Bella Anderson, and he might not want to play them together, but they're both left footers, and obviously you see a lot of right footed centre backs play together, but because left footers are unique and it's kind of like, oh, it's a really handy thing to have in a team for a bit more balance. I bet you they've also rarely ever played on the other side because they're so consistently, a left-footed centre-back, if you get what I mean. So they might be, whoever has to play on the right might be a bit uncomfortable. Yeah, I mean, I hope Kullberg's fine. I mean, ideally, none of these players are, or like, ideally they're all back. Amanda Ilestedt, like I said, might just be because I'm not digging deep enough. If you have any more information, then again, leave that in the comments. From what I can see, Frankfurt aren't really, their manager's just saying she's out injured with a muscle injury. And that could be similar time to Natalie Björn. That could be a similar time out. And Natalie Björn has been out injured with hamstring injury now since, like I said, since December. It's all about, I think she's going to be back fit around that time. It's just about whether maybe you risk her, and maybe you're going to have to risk her because of these options. Yeah, so they're my thoughts. I will be doing a reaction to the squad on Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, so issues in the camp. It does make Magda Eriksson's retirement seem more extreme as well now. Linda was always going to retire, fine. But, yeah, a bit worried. But yeah, give me your thoughts below. And I've just come back while I was editing because I just wanted to add in that Bella Anderson and Nell Harger, however good young players they are, they're not playing regularly. I mean, they're playing on and off. They kind of come into the team, then onto the bench, both at Real Madrid for Anderson and Lyon for Nell Harger. But I just wanted to caveat that as well in terms of I think they're both really good players, and obviously it's good that they're playing at top clubs, so you don't necessarily expect them to be starting. They're still both young, but they are, they're not playing every game, which is maybe problematic. But also they are playing a decent amount that it's not a major problem. It's not like they've not been playing games. Just, yeah, I thought I'd add that in.